Hey everybody, this week's Torah portion is Parshat Vayikra. It is also a very special time of year. Now, as we all know, the Navy SEALs have a very demanding test to get in. See, they want to see if they want to separate the men from the boys. So they have something called Hell Week, where they go through a series of tests to really test your mental, physical, everything about you to see, are you capable, do you have what it takes to be a Navy SEAL? And in the Jewish people, we have the same thing called Passover cleaning, where we go through a very demanding schedule, in addition to our regular daily schedule, of really redoing our entire house, our entire diet, and everything. And it makes you wonder, why is it that we have to go through all this? And I guess to further the question, in the Torah, there is no other day or holiday that has so many little details and such like a big amount of stuff going on like Passover. Why is it? Why do we have all these things? Now, in 2016, James Fell of the LA Times wrote an article about a very popular exercise company. This company is called SoulCycle. You probably heard of them. They're really popping up everywhere. They're one of the most successful businesses there is out there. They're expanding at an incredible rate. I think, if I'm not mistaken, in 2013 to 2014 alone, they increased by 50% their revenues. And in this article, he goes through how this is just a terrible exercise place, because really it's useless, unsafe, and in his opinion, he says the owners really didn't even have a degree in any type of exercise, and what they're really doing doesn't make any sense. That being said, they seem to be doing really well and expanding. Why is that? And the CEO said a lot of the reason for their success is because they're not trying to sell you as much on the exercise as the experience. And this is a business model that seems to be taking over a lot of places, where we're trying to, instead of selling the product, we're selling the experience. That is Starbucks right there. There's no reason that you should pay $5 for a cup of coffee when you could make one for 30 cents. The reason you do it is because something about being in the place, something about the experience of Starbucks, and that's really what people are after, even more than the product, is the experience. On Passover, the goal is not to remember that something happened. The goal is to re-experience what happened. All these little details, and the cleaning of our home and the changing of our diet, all that is designed to put us through the experience that our forefathers went through. And that's why if you really take a look at the Seder, you'll see that everything in it is designed to do one of two things. Either to remind us that we were once slaves, or to remind us that we are now free. And everything in the Seder is going to be like that. It's all about reliving that experience. So while we clean our houses and while we get ready to spend a lot of money on all that Passover food, we have to keep in mind that this is really what is going to keep that memory for our children and their children going, because we're trying to not create a memory but an experience. Have a Shabbat Shalom from Makor.